Saint Augustine, Commentary on the Gospel of John, chapter 17, verse 24 to 26, following. And let us not be making inquiries as to where the Son, the Father's co-equal, is, since no one has yet found out where he is not. But if anyone will inquire, let him inquire rather how he may be with him, not everywhere as he is, but wherever he may be. For when he said to the man that was expiating his crimes on the tree, and making confession unto salvation, "Today shall you be with me in paradise," Luke chapter 23, verse 43. In respect to his human nature, his own soul was on that very day to be in hell. His flesh in the sepulchre, but as respected his Godhead, he was certainly also in paradise, and therefore the soul of the thief, absolved from his bygone crimes and already in the blessed enjoyment of his grace, although it could not be everywhere as he was, yet could on that very day be also with him in paradise, from which he, who is always everywhere, had not withdrawn. On this account, doubtless, it was not enough for him to say, "I will that they also be where I am," but he added, "with me." For to be with him is the chief good. For even the miserable can be where he is, since wheresoever any are, there is he also. But the blessed only are with him, because it is only of him that they can be blessed. What is not truly said to God, "If I ascend into heaven, you are there, and if I go down into hell, you are present"? Psalm 139, verse 8. Or is not Christ, after all, that wisdom of God which penetrates everywhere because of its purity? Wisdom chapter 7, verse 24. But the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. Chapter 1, verse 5. And similarly, to take a kind of illustration from what is visible, although greatly unlike, as the blind man, even though he be where the light is yet not himself with the light, but is really absent from that which is present, so the unbeliever and profane, or even the believer and pious, because not yet competent to gaze on the light of wisdom, although he can be anywhere that Christ is not there likewise, yet is not himself with Christ, I mean in actual sight. For we can't doubt that the true believer is with Christ by faith, because in reference to this he says, "He that is not with me is against me." Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. But when he said to God the Father, "I will that they also whom you have given me be with me where I am," he spoke exclusively of that sight wherein we shall see him as he is. 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Let no one disturb the clearness of the meaning by any cloudy contradiction, but let what follows furnish its testimony to the words that precede. For after saying, "I will that they also be with me where I am," he went on immediately to add, "that they may behold my glory, which you gave me, for you loved me before the foundation of the world." That they may behold, he said, not that they may believe. This is faith's wages. Not faith itself. For if faith has been correctly defined in the epistle to the Hebrews as the assurance or conviction of things that are not seen, Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Why may not the wages of faith be defined, the beholding of things which were hoped for in faith? For when we shall see the glory which the Father has given the Son, even though we may understand what is spoken of in this passage, not as that glory which the Father gave his co-eternal Son in begetting him, but as that which he gave him when become the Son of Man after the death of the cross. When I say we shall see that glory of the Son, then a certainty shall take place, the judgment of the quick and the dead, and then shall the wicked be taken away, that he may not behold the glory of the Lord. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 10. And what glory save that of his Godhead? For blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And because the wicked are not pure in heart, therefore they shall not see. Then shall they go away into everlasting punishment. For so shall the wicked be taken away, that he may not behold the glory of the Lord, but the righteous shall go into life eternal. Matthew chapter 25 verse 46. And what is life eternal? That they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom you have sent. Verse 3. Not indeed as those knew him, who, although impure in heart, yet were able to see him as he sat in judgment in his glorified servant form, but as he is yet to be known by the pure in heart as the only true God, the Son along with the Father and Holy Spirit, because the Trinity itself is the only true God. If then it is in reference to his Godhead as the Son of God, equal and co-eternal with the Father, that we take the words, I will that they also be with me where I am, we shall be with Christ in the Father, but he in his own way, we in ours, wherever we may be in body. For if localities are to be understood, and such as contain incorporeal beings and everything has a place where it is, the eternal place of Christ where he always is the Father himself, and the place of the Father is the Son. For I, he said, am in the Father, and the Father in me. Chapter 14, verse 10. And in this prayer, as you, Father, are in me and I in you, and they are our place, because there follows that they also may be one in us, and we are God's place, inasmuch as we are his temple, even as he who died for us and lived for us also prays for us, that we may be one in them, because his dwelling place was made in peace. Psalm 76 verse 2. And his habitation in Zion. Psalm 76 verse 2 also. Which we are. But who is qualified to think on such places, or what is in them, apart from the idea of space-defined capacities and material masses? Yet no little progress is made, if at least when any such idea presents itself to the eye of the mind, it is denied, rejected, and reprobated, and a certain kind of light is, as far as possible, thought of, in which such things are perceived as deserving only to be denied, rejected, and reprobated, and the certainty of that light is known and loved, so that from thence and upward movement is begun in us, and an effort made to reach into places farther within, And when the mind, through its own infirmity and still inferior purity, has failed to penetrate them, it is driven back again, not without the sighings of love and the tears of ardent longing, and continues to bear in patience until it is purified by faith and prepared by the holiness of the inward life to be able to take up its abode therein.